This evening on EVLTV, you were just watching the Battle Royale Highlander tournament teaser made by Uberchain. I believe there were some others involved in that, but not entirely positive, so I apologize if I missed you on that, but mainly made by Uberchain. And the Battle Royale tournament will be coming up soon. Sign-ups start later this week at EVLBR.com, so you can head over there, see everything about that. A good opportunity to get some Highlander action in. But speaking of which, this evening, we do have a UGC Platinum Season 16 playoffs match between mTs, Menace Society, and KND Kids Next Door. It's our first round of the playoffs for this season, and a great matchup it will be. But I'm Gecks. Alongside me, I have Sigafoo, as well as Grizz, joining the panel this evening, and of course, Dashner on production. But how are we doing tonight, gentlemen?
Doing well.
I'm good. It's good to be back.
Yeah, Grizz had a bit of a hiatus here for a while, but he's back in the action now that he has some internet connection, so it's good to have him with us. He'll be helping us kind of analyze at halftime and things like that, so it's good to have him on the panel. But tonight, mTs versus KND. We will be playing on Viaduct. As I said, it is the first round of the playoffs. Top four are in here. And, these have been two of the top teams over the past numerous amount of seasons. I mean, it's been a while. And, of course, KND are your champions for the past two seasons in Highlander. So, we have a pretty solid lineups on both sides here, guys. I mean, what are your thoughts right out the gate for this one going into it?
Well, I'd say that KND definitely looking incredibly strong on this map. They virtually haven't dropped around in recent memory on this map, potentially even in scrims. I think Grizz was kind of talking about that. What do you think about this when it comes to KND and their strength on this map, Grizz?
I think that this might be the one map that everybody can safely say KND has down 100%. They roll into this map. They're very confident. They've been doing extremely well in scrims, 6-0ing DK, only allowing them to take, I think, 2 rounds in the last week of scrims. So been doing extremely well. They have a very nice setup. Their chemistry is on point. I think this might be a perfect storm for KND going into this one, but there are definitely some really big difference makers that I'm kind of waiting to see if they'll go off. Akuma, Yosh, Muma now on demo. I think if any of them have a really big game, that could definitely swing it into mTs's favor.
Yeah, one interesting thing about tonight's match is we're actually going to have Harblu, who was playing Soldier for the last couple weeks, now going back onto Medic tonight, it looks like. So no Nursey for mTs, as Nursey formerly actually played for KND, but opting to sit out this match. I'm not sure exactly why. We got just in time on Medic on the KND side. I was kind of interested to see, because I think one of the strengths, or one of the things that mTs has suffered with previously with Viaduct, is that they tend to push, they don't time their pushes correctly. And especially against a team like KND, who has their hold down, they know exactly what they're doing. They're going to punish you any mistake you make, and they're going to punish you very, very hard. I don't know. It's kind of interested to see if a Medic change would really kind of change it. And also, Harblu on this map is incredibly great as a Soldier. Really good distraction plays. But he's back on Medic with, as you said, Muma on Demo Man. And then on Soldier, we actually are going to have Milo, who can be pretty good, but I've seen him in the past. He tends to be too suicidal. He tends to just rack up a ton of deaths. Doesn't really put a lot of thought, it seems, into when he times his death. When is a good time to bomb? He seems to just kind of always, as if he's alive, he's going forward. He's going to go make the play on the Medic. And, again, it's Viaduct. The time respawners, the respawn times really make a difference in terms of that stuff. Who are the standouts for you, Grizz, tonight?
As I said earlier, I think obviously Yosh and Corsa, two of the best snipers in the league right now. You could throw Axiomatic up there too, and Max. But as I say that, we are going live, so I'm going to turn it over to you guys.
Alrighty, here we go. We're headed into it. First round of the UGC Season 16 Platinum playoffs for North America. mTs versus KND. Our map is Viaduct, and we are now live heading into the first mid as we take a look at things here already. Getting some good aggression off the start as mTs. They're up on top of it. They actually have a couple players down. Soldier and Scout both out of it for them. Spamfest is going to go down on the point. They're losing players left and right here. And actually, Heavy's going to get bonked here. He's going to go down as well. So they are just shoving mTs out of this one.
Yeah. KND, Harblu goes down there. KND virtually wiped out MTS there. It was actually looking pretty interesting for MTS as we had Milo jumping in over the top very early in that fight. Wasn't able to secure a kill onto Just in Time, the medic for KND here. And so now we're going to see a full respawn come up for MTS. They're going to want to probably go for a suicide wave here as Just in Time's coming at this 100% Uber charge. So it's really on MTS to be able to make a play here as they're trying to push up around the main side. Delman actually getting some nice sticky damage across the point, or that looks actually the loose cannon here as Spam Pass, actually they look like they're going across the point as Jericho is down to nice backstab by Akuma. Enigma goes and takes down Corsa here, so no sniper here for KND as the force does come off onto Just in Time.
And they send that Uber on forward, take out a lot of players from MTS. Harb was able to survive though, so they will be able to push back in here relatively soon with that advantage that they have. And Jared is out of it for KND at the moment as well, so losing a bit of that firepower as MTS gets ready to push back in. Milo creating a little bit of space, and there's sentries getting taken down here, but it looks like they will just take that point for free. KND's going to have to back off, and Harb now has 100% Uber to defend this point with.
Yeah, so now it's going to be an issue of, what do you want to do here? Actually, KND gains so much free cap time. Look at this, the scout not even contested on the point, just barely now, as actually Harblu does pop Uber onto Enigma, who brings it across the point, tries to get down Katsy, but KND, such a good job. Harblu popped that Uber, I think, before his team even really realized it, and actually here comes Eddie back across the point, and he tries to get something, but isn't able to land anything on here, but KND's probably going to just re-push this for free, and now they got to be careful, as Harblu might want to get out of here before anything goes too wrong.
Yeah, they are starting to back up here as Harb is back with his good heavy friend here, so they are all the way over on that flip side. Just in Time has the Uber as well now to defend this point, and still has about 60% or so on Harb at this point, so they are just going to wait until that comes up before they can really make this push. They're lurking over towards this cliffside, and they're getting ready to start moving forward. Muma's gaining a bit of ground over here, but so far not too much. Jared actually goes down. Yosh was able to find that frag onto the KND demo, and they're forced to use that Uber. Just in Time's going to pop it on Sizz as he gets sent right across, takes down Muma, going in for Harb as well, but Katsy was able to deny that nicely. Jacob coming in, had a good opportunity to drop Harb, but just missed it. So that will now be Harb with that full Uber, getting ready to push on a point with his team.
Now it's going to be really important here for this MTS push that's going to be coming up. It looks like they want to get ready to push. Finally, Muma is going to be able to connect with Harblu as Harblu is starting to push up on this point. Got to be careful of that sniper sideline as he is going through the main side. Does finally pop the Uber onto the demo man. Muma, who jumps over the top onto the balcony, tries to get some stickies. Just in Time, so low right here, not able to connect anything. Does grab that med pack, but Muma is still trapping him into the corner. Spy is trying to find something. Soldier actually over the top, connects 2 rockets onto him. There he goes down. And Harblu actually went down in that exchange as well to Etney, so it looks like we get a little bit of medic trading here, and both teams are down, but the respawn timer is going to go in the favor of KND as Heavy goes down with by the backstab of Akuma, and we'll be probably seeing a repush of KND here pretty quickly.
Yeah, they're gearing up for it. The Ubers will be even in this scenario since both medics did go down. It was a good play from, I believe it was Etney, to get in, able to make a player, the soldier from MTS was able to get in and make a good play, Milo. So now we see, for right now, MTS is still just controlling that point nicely. Just in Time actually got taken out by Yosh, though. I saw that last second. It was a body shot, but nonetheless was able to get him, so that will certainly slow things up here.
And that's exactly what MTS need. They're down right now in time. They're down by about a minute, and they needed to hold on this point right here, right now. And taking down Just in Time, that's going to give Harblu 100% Uber advantage here. So now it's going to be on KND. This is the first time we're going to see a suicide wave. We see Eddie over the top, actually right on the Harblu, 2 rockets, and actually drops him right there.
Oh my.
What a play by Etney.
Wow, that was phenomenal. A huge time to make that play. I don't think Harb could quite believe it. Etney had some great jumps, got straight into Harb's face. There's nothing he could do about it. Nobody could stop him. And LB Corsa finding Yosh. There are a lot of players down for the MTS squad right now. KND will cap up on that point. But MTS got some good time back onto it. It was just unfortunate Harb got dropped there, but a great play nonetheless from Etney there.
Yeah, I mean, Harblu's standing alone on that cliffside. That's exactly what you're vulnerable to. So here we go in. MTS trying to push back onto the point. They need to push right now. Milo tries to come in over the top a little bit in front of his team. Not able to get any damage here as we have so much. Look how many people we have around here. Finally, the push comes out from the KND side. Trying to get some damage out here, but pretty much everybody from MTS is going to be falling back here. Actually, Harblu did go down there in that exchanger a little bit beforehand. So here we go. So MTS now looking too good as we are into overtime, and KND is going to come down with the first round.
They are indeed. They were running it off the start there. MTS made a strong look at it, but like we said, eXtv just made a great play to drop hard that allowed KND to get back in. They capped off that point, and now they have that 1-0 lead. So we head into now our second mid. Muma's there quite early, getting those sticks down. Jared's in as well, getting them out. Muma's actually getting pretty low. Corson was able to find Catsy right off the start, so that will be our first victim of this mid, but so far not too many. Oh, actually Harb got taken out by Jacob, making the play that time. He missed the drop in the first round, but he was able to take him out that time, so already an early advantage going to just in time. They've gotten KND's all over this point right now. They're going to be able to cap on it in just a second.
And actually, Enigma back on the backside was all the way back at spawn. Milo actually put him down to one rocket and was able to keep alive, but Enigma comes and cleans it up, so no just in time, so no medic here, as we're going to get a counter push by MTS here right away. That's exactly what they need to do and get aggressive on the point as eXtv comes back in response, taking down two. eXtv doing absolute work this game. He actually top damaged in the last round, and he comes back with that counter bomb onto Harblue. And that's going to give Just in Time back the advantage. It's not the advantage, as the respawn time for Harblue is going to get him back up here right away, but JF gets actually back at spawn. We'll see if he's going to be able to make any cute play here.
And I hear some headshots ringing out here from one of the snipers, but as you said, both medics are back up. We have even Ubers here. Muma on that far side is quite hurt. Needs to start taking some heals. Need to be careful, but so far we see Spamfest. He's getting some time down on the point for MTS right now. Jared's trying to throw these guys off of it, and he will do just that. Enigma finds eXtv as well. It's a couple players down at the moment. Jacob and eXtv both down. Just in time is going to fall as well. Akuma making some plays. A couple of backstabs there. Gets Ender and Jarrett. So that will just take out a good bit of the combo there. MTS able to push back onto the point and cap it.
And that's huge of MTS right there, to be able to retake that point, not even have to pop the Uber. I mean, they just got the Uber. They actually were able to do that before they even had their Uber up, but now they're going to have 100% here. So now they're going to be able to weather at least one storm, or at least try to keep their medic alive. Harblue last time in this situation was forced by eXtv, so we'll see if eXtv is going to be able to do anything here, as KND is starting to get a little bit aggressive, trying to keep their medic a little bit safe, holding on this house side. Actually, Kresnik goes down, so no heavy here on the KND side, who has a big role in kind of preventing those bombs here, with Muma actually getting fairly aggressive, disconnecting the medic and the demo here on the point, as Harblue is staying right behind this point, just trying to keep alive. Actually gets popped up. Uber is forced out, popped down to Muma. Enigma, who's trying to cross the point, take down Satan right away. Soldier actually, Milo coming around. His help with the Enigma takes down the demo man, as well as Enigma actually cleaning up here. Takes down one more, that's eXtv, and they're going to be able to keep Just in Time alive here, so that's going to give the Uber advantage back to KND, and then now they're going to have a chance to counter push back onto the point.
That was good. They were able to keep Just in Time alive there. They'll be able to push this right away, really, once they get these respawns, because he's just coming up on the Uber right now, so they decide to move out this cliffside. Satan is out of it over on the KND side, actually just got the respawn, but they will decide to pop it straight off a cliff. Of course, it gets rocked by Yosh, and KND sending that Uber forward. Actually, Sizz got in on the Harb and takes out Muma as well, so a couple of great frags, good picks coming through from Sizz, but KND still losing a lot of players. Just in Time goes down to Milo, who's able to find a rocket straight into Just in Time here, and oh no, the counterfrag's coming back though. eXtv able to get Catsy and a couple others as well, so both teams lost a lot of people, but KND was able to cap up on the point nonetheless.
Yeah, and they were able to do that, so nice job by KND to recapture onto that point. As we're going to have actually basically even Ubers, as we have Yosh actually pretty far up here, as in the Met Spy right behind there. So Doman actually Muma trying to push across the point, as MTS is trying to get some damage out there, as it looks like they are going to actually get this point captured back with pretty much just a dry push.
Yeah, a little easy for him there. Just in Time actually got taken out by Milo once again, who finds a 2K. Gets Jarrett as well, so big plays from Milo. Harb gets, he gets hit by, he gets stunned there actually. He got knocked down to just 30 health, but managed to get himself out of there, and he took a sandwich from his heavy, so he stayed alive, and that will keep him in the Uber advantage department, as he's just about to come up on that here in a couple of seconds.
Oh, a nice snipe actually, Yosh onto Jarrett there, so that's going to slow down this KND push, as then he tries to jump over the top, trying to get a force on a Harblue, not able to connect any rockets, but a lot of cap time coming out in the favor here, as Harblue does end up actually popping the Uber, taking down Kresnik. but that's exactly what KND wanted out of this situation, as they wanted to get the force. Actually, Enigma in onto the medic, as well as Muma on each side, sandwiching them, but somehow, some way, KND is actually going to take down both those players and keep Just in Time alive, and that's going to give a chance, a little bit of hope here for KND to repush on this point with 10 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, they're going to have to start moving. They do have that cap time down. They have a number advantage as well, and Just in Time is going to be up on it soon. So they do cap that point off to give themselves more time, but they need to be just about perfect through 1 minute and 25 seconds yet. So it is go time for them at this point. Harb sitting at 65%. Akuma's able to get Satan actually before Corsa finishes it off, but Jacob down as well. So a few players down on each side. The Uber is forced out of Just in Time as they send Jared forward, who needs to come up big with that frag on the Harb. Potentially got a pipe into him, but just unable to finish it off there. So Harb just about to be up on that Uber. Now has it as MTS pushes forward. They pop it off, going in for Kresnik right away, getting that damage off. Other than that, KND, most of them just backed off, but the repush will be coming as we speak. They have a lot of time down on this. Not quite capped yet. They do finish it off, so they need to get on the point right now, but they're just getting wiped off the map, KND is, and that will tie things up here at 1-1.
Really nice job by KND, or I'm sorry, by MTS there, retaking that point. Really nice, just kind of repush with that Uber, kind of creating space. That's a really nice job by Muma there to create space for his team with that Uber push and kind of just not let KND be able to do anything as they recapture the point. As we come on to the third round here, 1-1 between KND and MTS.
Already Enigma's trying to get behind. Jarrett gets destroyed by Yosh, the headshot, and that's actually going to be Jacob getting New Goofin, his name is, in-game over on the MTS side, but that is the heavy out of it as well. So we see so far both medics are still up, but KND down a few. Actually, MTS has lost quite a few players as well. KD's just about to cap that point, but Muma's gonna try and have something to do about that. Katsy came forward as well, but will pay for it. So KND at least gets the first cap, but MTS looking to come straight back in here onto the point as they get their cap time down.
Yeah, as soon as KND captured it, Just in Time going down to a nice snipe by Yosh there. And those respawn times, so KND captured that point, but a lot of players were still dead, so that slowed down the respawn times, allowing MTS to kind of repush this right away as so many players were dead.
So that now with that great shot from Yosh, who's really been getting some pretty solid picks for MTS here. So far he's going to find another one, gets Jarrett. Muma gets taken out by Jacob though before Spamfest comes in to save the day. But Harb still has that 100% Uber ready to go. They haven't yet had to use, and right now KND's looking to gear something up. Akuma was behind but got spotted out by Ender just at the last second. So they still haven't forced Harb on this one yet. They're just holding right below that cliff. KND's just taking the buffs, not really making any plays. Playing quite passively here so far as Sizz starts to finally get some cap time down on this point. Jared's moving forward as well. Now Harb is going to pop that Uber off. Jared gets taken out again by Yosh though, he's had his number all night long, and they do pop the Uber forward. Save the point at least for now. Just in Time did get out. It's going to have 100% Uber here in just a second.
Yeah, so here we go, as Just in Time's now going to be coming at this 100% Uber. This is going to give them a chance to repush. MTS has about a minute above them on the clock here, so this is the time they need to push. They need to push effectively right now. Here they looks like they're getting ready to come through this main side. Gabi trying to bait out, hold on to that Uber as long as they can until they have to pop. Actually, Spy right behind. Just in Time is able to pop it off before the Spy is able to secure that kill, and so many frags coming out in the favor of KND here as Etney running all the way back to spawn, actually getting some damage onto Muma, but he's going to get back out safe. But the big thing here is that Harblue did get out alive on that, so they're going to be able to repush this with the next probably about 5 to 10 seconds as Harblue's at 80%.
Indeed he is, just waiting for a couple more players to get up, and they're getting those buffs out right now, preparing for this push, waiting for Milo to come up, so they have him now, and Harb has that 100% Ubers. They move in through that concrete side. They will pop it off, sending Muma and Milo both forward. Enigma as well, getting all of them in here, but not really finding many frags so far. They didn't do too much other than just create some space, and of course it was able to get Milo. Muma goes down as well to Kresnik, so Just in Time is sitting at 70% Uber. MTS did cap the point off, but right now, actually, was that, I heard Harb, yes, Harb was taken out by Corsa there. Good shot.
Yeah, really nice. That's going to prompt KND to be able to repush this point. They don't have Uber, but they don't need to retake it after Harblue goes down. MTS kind of backed out after that point. After Harblue went down, finally Harblue's going to be able to come back up here. As Just in Time goes down to a nice backstab by Akuma there. So that's going to help MTS here. We should actually see a pretty aggressive push, I would assume, out of MTS, going off of playing off their heels here.
Satan saying sorry for that one, as just in time did get dropped by the big Akuma, so Harb will be able to salvage himself a little bit of Uber advantage here, about 30% or so, as they start to move forward towards the point. They already have all their classes up there. Really, KND's kind of backed off just a bit. I mean, Jarrett's still forward, getting some sticks out, and he's, ooh, I don't know how Akuma missed that backstab onto Jarrett, but nonetheless he did. So, actually Harb got taken out. I didn't even see what happened.
Jacob actually came there with 2K, and then Jarrett came up and finished off with a couple more, so whatever MTS was about to do there, the combination of the Demo Man and Spy just doing absolute work there. Jacob, also known as Demento, though his new name is Jacob, doing crazy work as we're getting MTS, trying to get something across this point, but the clock is ticking down here for KND, under a minute left for them.
Yeah, they're going to have to, well, I mean, they have that time still ticking down, at least. MTS is starting to press forward just a bit here. Just in time's going to be up on that Uber soon. Jacob able to get the heavy there on the side of MTS, and players just dropping left and right. Sizz is on Harb as well. Got so many good shots into him. Still hasn't gotten him quite yet. Jacob will finish it off. Actually finds himself a 2K with the revolver, taking out Harb and Milo. A couple return frags coming in onto KND, but just in time still has this Uber on this cliffside, but Akuma is lurking.
Yeah, MTS is going to need a miracle right now to be able to drop just in time. That's pretty much the only opportunity they have here. As actually the heavy and Demo Man trying to push for it, but they're not able to find anything. Actually, Enigma in on just in time, who's standing inside the dispenser, keeping himself alive, not eating any of those shots. Milo came over the top as well, not able to find anything. The clock is ticking down. Just in time does pop off the Uber, but it's going to basically be around for KND here, as they're going to go up 2-1 in this map.
2-1 KND having a very nice round there, and they will set themselves up with the 1-round lead. So we're heading into our fourth mid of this game, as we see if MTS can get themselves back into this one potentially. And Enigma once again going straight on forward with that, just moving straight on in. Satan got taken out of it right away. Yosh was able to get that. Sizz able to pick up on some frags as well. So a few players down on each side at the moment. Actually, a lot of players dropping for KND. They're down about 4 or so, but looks like MTS is going to come out on top of this one.
Oh, but big stab out of Akuma right there, taken down just in time, just as MTS takes the point, and that's going to give a nice Uber advantage to Harblu.
Yeah, but he's sitting pretty with that 100% right now. Course has been winning those battles with Yosh now for the last couple of rounds, where I think Yosh was winning them kind of in the first round, but Corsa has started to take care of those. Enigma's going to get in onto Corsa and get rid of that sniper threat so they can have a bit of room to move here. And Harb still has that Uber, but he may have to pop it off here, and indeed he's going to, though Muma got taken out as well as the heavy over on the side of MTS, so that may spell a bit of trouble in terms of firepower for them, but they did get the force out of Harb, so KND, with a little bit of cap time on the point, is going to have some advantage here.
Yeah, MTS able to hold on to it. They lost a lot of players in the exchange here, and they have a slight Uber advantage onto just in time. Enigma actually behind, trying to, looks like he does take down Corsa with the help of Spamfest, the engineer here. I love the aggression I'm seeing out of Spamfest today, as a lot of damage coming out from KND, as they're pretty much just dry pushing back onto this point. Muma trying to contest this, but a little bit overextended there, does go down. Punished for that positioning now, and Harblu's going to have to be careful here, as he just has this heavy forward, and he's actually tanking him, trying to tank him, but he goes down as well, and now it's just going to be Harblu against a scout, but nice job by Harblu taking down Scissors there, and he's going to be able to keep alive here, and basically be at even Ubers, but they're going to try to re-push the point from the cliffside, it looks like.
Yeah, they do have that Uber. Yosh is going to win the battle that time with Corsa getting the headshot, so MTS is pushing right back onto the point. Yosh gets Jared as well right before the Ubers get popped off. Well, it was actually just in time that popped off his Uber, and Harb still has his to move straight back in with right here, so they're getting the point relatively for free right now. Haven't even had to use the Uber. Harb's just kind of chilling back. Enigma's going to eat it there from Satan with the flare, so MTS getting that point back for free, and like I said, Harb still got that Uber. Corsa finds Muma once again as well, so they're going to have to wait till they can get some firepower back up here to re-push, and maybe try and get some sort of force onto Harb if possible.
And here comes Edney right there, and actually does it. right away. Same exact jump as before as Harblu gets popped forward with the stickies from Jarrett there as Milo jumps forward, tried to do something. Yosh with a nice little 2K taking out Jarrett and Ender, and then Muma taking down Jacob, and Etney goes down as well there, but that's all KND wanted in that situation. They wanted to get the force. Everybody who died right there is going to be respawning in just a few seconds, and we're going to see a repush here as Just in Time is coming up to that Uber at 80% right now.
Been quite back and forth here so far. MTS in the lead on this round, but KND certainly not out of it yet as they're just about to come up on their Uber. They're getting the buffs out and preparing for this repush. They're going to pop it off, give it to Jarrett as he gets sent forward. Not really able to find much of anything though, just bullying MTS out of it. And they do manage to find the heavy frag there. Milo gets taken down as well, but KND is going to be able to cap the point nonetheless, but Muma getting sent right back forward as Harb's just about to be up on that Uber, but Jacob's able to take care of him with the backstab, so a great play to be able to find Harb there and equalize that Uber situation, but Just in Time gets taken out as well by Akuma. The spy plays are real so far here in this round as they both managed to find the medics there, and that should even things up here a bit, but KND still has the point capped for the time being.
Yeah, but them having the point cap, that's going to give a little bit of an advantage to MTS with that respawn timer as everybody's getting respawned right now as they're getting ready to push up from this valley side heavy on the cliff. Looks like Muma's looking to get some damage across the point using that loose cannon here, but look at KND's defense style. Everybody's spread out across the point as Lunaside gets taken out by a nice body shot actually by Corsa, and it looks like MTS wants to do something here as KND is, he comes over the top and tries to do something and takes down Yosh there, so that's going to give a nice little sniper advantage here to KND as Just in Time getting forced back.
Ooh, Sizz getting aggressive here, is able to take care of Muma. He's going for Harb as well, but so far unable to find anything. He has to deal with Katsy before he can try and get in on to Harb. So KND still running a point right now. They were down by about a minute and some change, but they've managed to equalize it up pretty much right now, and Just in Time has the Uber. Harb's going to have to come in with this one, and MTS really needs to win this post-Uber fight if they want to get this one back, as both teams are going to pop off that Uber. Sizz is taken down by Milo. Not really too many frags exchanging here, though. A few players down over on the side of KND. Yosh was able to get Satan, and they certainly have a player advantage on this one. MTS does. They are getting a lot of time down onto this point, but Jarrett's still lurking around trying to prevent that if possible. Enigma's going to come in and take care of Jarrett. Should be able to. He only has like 2 health. There he goes. Finds him, so that will be... it looks like, MTS is going to find the point there, get a little more time as we're just about even here.
Yeah, without MTS doing a really nice job. Actually, everybody alive after that point capture. 24 seconds left on the clock, so putting the pressure back onto KND. KND wins this. We're going to take it to halftime. MTS takes this. We're going to take it into the final round of the first half here as we get, looks like Jarrett's starting to push over here. And he actually jumping in over the top, trying to do with the same exact jump again. He's so low, but Harblu does end up popping the point. What are you seeing, Gecks?
Oh, I see Muma getting sent very far forward here. KND does have a bit of time on to the point. They've gotten a few frags as well. Actually, Sizz is able to find Harb, and a lot of players down from MTS right now. The Uber gets popped out of Just in Time, but they cap this point back. They need to be absolutely perfect, though, for the next 20 seconds to win this round. They have the potential to take a 3-1 lead here, but need to be very cautious. Akuma's lurking. I think Etney may have felt something, I don't know, but MTS is going to have to work quick if they want to win this round and get this point back. Spamfest gets taken out of it by Corsa. They're still waiting for them to get forward here. Akuma tried to make the play, but just unable to. They're starting to get that time down onto the point. It's coming to the wire here. Harb very hurt still, just trying to get out as many heals as he can, but MTS is dropping like flies on the point right now. KND still looking quite good as Just in Time just standing there trying to prevent them from getting any more cap time down on this point, but it looks like KND should be able to take care of that round and take a 3-1 lead here.
Wow, what a finish to that final round. I thought MTS actually might have been able to do something, but Bobby Kresnik getting onto that point, I mean, basically shut down any hopes that MTS had on that final round, and KND showing their dominance, 3-1. That is really nice coming into that second half, knowing you only need to win one more round to close it out.
Yeah, it's certainly a good position to be in, and I mean, MTS they stuck in, I would say, pretty well there. They've had some close rounds. They're not far off. And this can go to Grizz first, and then Sigafoo, you can kind of bring it in next. Actually, you know, what is really the one thing that you'd like to see changed out of MTS at this point to get themselves back into it?
They showed a little bit of what I'm going to talk about in that second round that they won, and a little bit in the third as well. They had a very nice grouping of their team to protect Hardblue. MTS does not find success when they're really strung out. When they're all kind of centered around that cliffside, they've just been much more successful in protecting him from those bombs that Etney has been doing onto the cliffside, as well as Jacob, who's been just demolishing the combo this entire game. And KND has just been sticking to that plan the entire time, you know, doing a great job of protecting Justin, making sure that Akuma can't do any more work than he is currently doing, and making the job on Satan just a lot easier. And it's that grouping that I'd like to see out of MTS. And when they are going to get aggressive, I think they do need to go all in. They need to bring Enigma and Milo around into the backfield with Akuma, because that's where they found success getting picks in this first half.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just MTS. Just I'd like to see them just push a little bit. I don't know exactly what they're doing wrong. I'm kind of looking at the stat lines. I'm trying to see something. I'm trying to see something from the game, but I mean, it's so close. Like, I think there's a lot they could do better, but at the same time, like, I feel like they're doing so well. I don't know. I'm kind of at a loss for words, because just looking at the stats right now is virtually every class is close to each other. Of course, they're getting a little bit better of the sniper duel right now between Yosh at 8 kills versus Yosh's 6. But I think KND is doing a good job of just rattling Yosh, kind of keeping him, I don't know, just a little bit uncomfortable, not able to find his groove this game.
Well, we'll have to see what, you know, transitions they can make here. But before we get started, I know we are going live soon with the second half. So why don't you guys go ahead and check out these pretty sick Battle Royale shirts here. I believe there should be an image up on screen, and you can help support the tournament. As we discussed earlier, there is that Battle Royale Highlander tournament coming up. So, you know, these shirts help benefit that as well. You can check out, I believe there's some links down below in the channel description here where you can see that as well. But the money raised helps support, you know, the whole event, servers, prizes, all that good stuff. So help, you know, help support this good event here. Pick up one of those t-shirts here. But I think we are live into our second half here. Currently, KND has a 3-1 lead right now, but MTS has been quite close with them on some of these rounds here, so we'll see if they can get themselves back into this one. As so far, Satan's been the only casualty of this mid so far. Of course, is going to get taken out by Yosh, though. Jacob down, a lot of players down over on the side of KND, just getting destroyed out here. And MTS looking very solid off the start here.
Yeah, really nice job. Only Satan was able to survive through that mid. Actually, I believe he was a respawn. I think he went down actually right away here. As we're seeing the first forward hold, I think the entire game here, as it'll be interesting if they decide to back off, but Muma's going to hold a little bit aggressively as he runs into the spy there, Jacob, but decides to back off and play with his team. And we'll see, yeah, I kind of like the forward hold, but it looks like, you know, KND's pushing out this far right-hand side, so we're going to see a repush right now out of KND.
They are starting to move themselves forward. Jared took a nice headshot, though, so he got quite low on health. He's going to have to take some heals before they can really move forward. Kresnik's done. Yosh is getting those headshots left and right, doing some damage to these players, though Corsa comes straight back with a frag of his own onto Lunacide there, so the Uber is going to get popped off by Harb, sending them forward just in time. Doesn't quite have it yet, but he is going to get himself out of this one, it looks like. So they do hold the point for right now, MTS does, but KND will surely be pushing here very shortly.
Yeah, Akuma was so close to the backsteer on just in time, was like right there. He actually just butter knifed him, and then actually Hardblue was able to grab him as Akuma's all the way back at spawn trying to get something on just in time, who's coming at this 100%, and looks like they're going to be pushing from the valley side through house.
They are starting to work over that way as Just in Time does pop that Uber off, sending Jared on forward, seeing if he can find Lunacide. He can't, though. The Uber was off him. He just went a little bit too far on that Uber, and now actually Kresnik's going to go down as well, so some of the heavier classes on the side of KND are out of the equation here, as Harb is going to be up on the Uber very soon here. Eddie coming in, trying to make a play, but unable to do so. Harb is still alive, and KND losing a lot of players here on that push. So Harb on the point, moving forward, I should say, very shortly here with his team, and MTS should be able to cap up on this one.
And this is exactly the round MTS needed to come back through. They're down 2 rounds right now. They couldn't give up a single round to KND.
Oh, Enigma was able to get just in time, too. He just snuck all the way in through main, down towards their spawn. He just got in there. It was, that was a great play from him, though.
Yeah, Enigma has been doing a great job of beginning behind enemy lines the entire game. He's actually gotten, I think that's like his 2nd or 3rd medic pick he's done that way as Corsa. Winning that sniper battle with Denny coming in over the top, trying to find Harblue, gets 1 rocket onto him, gets a 2nd rocket, but Harblue able to stay alive here, but the spy's still right there, as Harblue was able to hold onto that Uber and back up to virtually full health.
And Harb quite low right now, needs to be careful, down to just about 55 health. Is gonna stand next to that lovely dispenser that Spamfest was nice enough to put up for them behind the rock, so he'll get his health back, and it looks like he has, well, like I said, he does have that Uber just in time, sitting at about 65% or so. It was kind of slowed up because of that great play from Enigma, so they're waiting here. Akuma and Milo are out of it, so if there was a time to get ready to start moving forward here, this would be it for KND. But so far, MTS has just been lights out on this round, trying to get themselves into this one within just 1 round. But Harb is going to pop that Uber off onto Muma, sending them forward just in time at just 99% now. Will have the Uber and is going to pop it off onto Sizz right away, but KND is down so many players right now, and that may be an issue for them as Milo's lurking behind as well. It looks like this may be an MTS round here. I mean, KND's got some time onto the point, but they're going to have to come up huge here with their respawns. Jacob is already out of this one, and they're losing a lot of players. Both teams actually losing a lot of players here, but I think MTS is just going to come out on top of this one slightly ahead, as they have many more players alive than KND does, and they will put themselves within 1 here. It looks like Sigafoo.
Yes, they will. Grizz, what do you think MTS did right that round that kind of righted the ship?
Well, they definitely controlled Corsa a lot more than they had been in those past rounds, and they also allowed Muma to use the aggression that he really likes to do, and we'll see if he can kind of reciprocate that this mid-fight.
So we're heading into it 3-2. The score line is now KND still with the lead. They just need to have 1 more round and they will be able to finish off their first round playoffs match, but MTS is going to have something to say about that, as so far just a couple of frags on each side here. Etney tried to make something happen, but he will go down, and Kresnik on the point. Jarrett's going to get taken out of this one as well. MTS looking slightly better on this one. I mean, KND does cap the point off, but MTS has certainly more fragging classes here, and they get straight back onto the point to start capping up on that.
Yeah, and really big thing right there was Yosh won that sniper duel right at the start of mid. The very first frag was Yosh on the Corsa, and once you have that frag, and especially at the start of the round, before you know the spy's not in place, you know no one's going to be able to contest you right away. Edney did not get a jump off as he has been doing before onto Yosh, so Yosh able to take control of that mid here, as MTS looking in a pretty good spot right now. I think they're controlling the pace of the game.
They are indeed. They're looking much better on this second half here. Muma and Akuma are both out of it as KND pops the Uber off here, but Harb is going to have one that is just so much better. Enigma actually getting toyed around with by Etney over on that concrete side, and Satan did a pretty good job of denying some of that Uber, as well as the rest of his team finding the frags straight back onto MTS here. So, I mean, MTS had such a better Uber, at least in the terms of, you know, they had it a longer period, but I mean, they certainly, KND held it off quite nicely.
Yeah, one interesting thing was seeing Spamfest actually switch from his aggressive engineer style to like a Jag with level 2 sentry as he's building this up here. As Muma goes down to a nice shot by Corsa with the level 2 sentry gun goes down as well here. As Harblue just a little bit behind as Milo jumping across the point and trying to get rockets onto Justin. Does find 1 rocket, but no one's able to there to clean that up as Justin grabs that sandwich, able to get back as Harblue actually went down to a nice headshot by Corsa. And that's just going to give it so much more advantage here to KND here, as they only need 1 round to take the map.
And like you said, it is a 3-2 game currently, but KND just in need of that 1 more round, and Just in Time has full advantage on Harb right now, so they really need to get a force. Kresnik's going to get taken out by Yosh, and the players of MTS starting to move forward just a bit towards that concrete side, but who was that there? The sniper had Corsa, excuse me, had a really good look at him coming over on that concrete side, so they'll have to rethink where they're going to move here. It looks like just straight up straight up the middle. But for right now, we should see just in time. If MTS gets too far forward, we'll see. Oh, Yosh finding Jarrett, though, actually, and that may hurt them a bit. KND's down 3 players there, starting to get the respawns, but they have players on the point. Yosh is wreaking havoc here. He's able to get Corsa as well, and they will pop it off finally to try and save the cap from happening, but they can't even do that. Sizz was just a hair too late on that one. They have to back up. Not anything else they can do about this one as MTS retains control of that point.
And the big thing that happened right there is MTS took that point and they didn't lose a single body. Usually a lot of times, if you lose like 5-6 people when retaking the point, then you get that slow respawn wave, and that makes it really easy for the other team to re-push here. They got the force off, we're able to retake the point, and now Harblu's sitting at 100% Uber advantage as just in time goes down to a nice backstab by Akuma. Oh, this is exactly what MTS needed as Harblu's staying at a nice 100%, but KND's looking to re-push.
They get in there right away after that pick happened. They force the Uber out of Harb, and they're flashing like crazy. Ooh, he had a good look there. Jacob did onto taking out Luna's side, but just not quite able to. So KND got what they needed. That was the force out of Harb, and now Just in Time is just now getting up, though. I don't know if he died again at some point or just now got his respawn, but Harb still has quite a bit of advantage here, or a little bit.
Enough to make a difference, or at least not enough for Just in Time to be able to push off of, but that's not going to stop them from getting aggressive again. KND trying to get across the point, and they get a nice little kill there onto Akuma and Spamfest and Catsy here, so that might open it up for them, but Yosh, nice snipe onto Corso, so that's going to keep Yosh down. That's going to scare KND probably back here, as Just in Time sitting at that 60% Uber now.
They are sitting at it, and Harb actually is up on his Uber right now, and he's got Muma in his sights. Actually going to send Enigma forward, though. Harb was getting bounced around by Satan a good bit. Akuma's in to find Kresnik. Enigma gets Satan, but the frag coming through from Jacob right back on to Luna side, and the counter pop coming through from KND actually as well. They send Sizz forward as well as Jarrett. They don't really seem to find too much, but they do retain control of the points. His gets rocked by Yosh as well, and MTS still looking to cap up here. Spamfist is getting some time, but Harb gets taken out by Etney.
Yeah, as well as Muma right there, but that's not going to stop MTS from retaking this point. That's exactly what they needed to do, but 17 seconds left on the clock for KND. They just need to basically retake it and control the point here, as Harblu's still not up yet. Again, they retook the point before he respawns, so that slow respawn timer is going to give even more advantage here to Just in Time, as Enigma trying to think about running behind the enemy team, but decides to back off here, as we're seeing the repush by KND.
And we do see, Muma's going to get taken out by Corsa, so that may hurt things just a bit on the side of MTS. They have to have a big defense here. Just need to recap it. KND does, and they will win their first round of the playoffs, as many of their players are dropping right now. Just in Time is going to have that Uber here soon, and Harb gets destroyed by Corsa as well. These snipers have been making just some huge plays for both their teams respectively, but that was a big time for that frag. Just in Time has the Uber. KND has the point. There's only 5 seconds left. It's looking magnificent for them unless MTS can really make a miracle play happen here, but the Uber is going to come out on the side of KND. There's a little bit of time on the point right now, but their players are just dropping like flies on the side of MTS. KND takes it. That will be a 4-2 win for them here, or 4-3, or 4-2, excuse me, win. Learn to count, Gecks. Nonetheless, still a very, very solid looking game from MTS, KND, I'd say. I'm just all over the place, man. It's
It's Viaduct, it's hectic, it's Highlander. There's 18 players running around this tiny map, but it's still making for an incredible game right there. MTS looking like they had signs of life at the end, but KND just crushing all hope for them, as that's going to be putting MTS down into that lower bracket.
Yeah, and like you said, they will be headed on to the lower bracket here, and as I talk about brackets, I'm trying to go ahead and kind of look at that. Of course, the other match going on tonight was Ginyu Hoops and DK. Those guys were facing off. Not sure exactly the status on that, but whoever loses that will go on to play MTS in that lower bracket. KND will play the winner of that game in the next round, which will be on August 10th. Next week on Gully Wash, so look forward to that as well. But still, nonetheless, KND showing why they've won 2 seasons of Plat in a row here. They're a very solid team all around. One of the, I think you guys were saying beforehand, one of the best at Viaduct, really, and that I think showed well here tonight.
Yeah, and Grizz, who do you think were kind of the difference makers kind of on each team throughout this match?
Well, I think this was a pretty nice story of two snipers as we watched Corsa and Yosh kind of trade off, getting hot throughout the match. But Etney was just so impactful those first half, in my opinion. He had some great bombs. Really did a great job of controlling Yosh, who during the second half went off going 18-3. But I think that Etney, Corsa, Yosh, and especially Akuma and Jacob, both with tons of med picks throughout the game. Other than that, teams looking fairly even. I think KND just, as per what has become the norm, just doing a great job of staying as a unit, protecting their med a little bit better at times, and having some more cohesive pushes.
Yeah, absolutely. Just looking at the stat line here of the game, you're talking about Yosh definitely got a little bit more in his groove, and I think Corsa a little bit knocked off. Yosh actually had 18 frags to Corsa's 8. So Yosh definitely winning that sniper duel in that second half.
Yeah, and I mean, on the first half, Corsa won it by just a hair. They were kind of neck and neck, and then Yosh really came up big. He was getting some crucial picks for MTS, I'd say, but just not quite enough in the end here. But I mean, looking at the whole playoff picture, guys, I'm not sure if any of you have seen what the status was of that other match that was going on, but I mean, who's looking the best so far here? Who's your guys to even potentially maybe win the whole thing here? Is it just another sure win for KND, or?
All right, so I'm gonna do a spoiler alert. I'm gonna give the audience a second to cover their ears if they want to watch the other game. All right, ears covered. DK took the win against Ginyu Force pretty convincingly, 4-1. So looking forward, it's DK versus KND on Gully Wash, and that should be probably KND's last huge hurdle, because right now I think KND wins a best of 3 against any of the remaining teams pretty convincingly. Maybe MTS I think could take him in a best of 3. DK I think definitely has steal on them, but I think this is really looking positive for KND. It's going to be very, very difficult for somebody to beat KND on a 2 out of 3 when one of those maps is Viaduct.
And actually, as you're saying that, I'm kind of thinking about if KND is going to play DK on Viaduct. I'm sorry, not Viaduct, Gully Wash, and if they lose that, they'll play the winner of MTS versus Ginyu, which would be on Gully Wash again. And I don't know KND to be traditionally that good of a Gully Wash team versus MTS, who is that's pretty much like their map. And I think DK, I think they've shown signs of life. I think they've been looking pretty good on that map as well. So that'd be actually pretty interesting for KND coming into that week, and to see if, they have to win at least against DK, and if they lose against that, they'll have to go against MTS, who traditionally is incredibly strong on that map.
Yeah, I think the last real hurdle for them is next week, and I think that, as silly as it sounds, I think they can definitely take finals if they kind of stay in their current form. But I am super excited to see Carl and the DK gang take them on Gully Wash, which they were looking very strong on earlier in the season.
Certainly is a very tight playoff picture here between the top 3 teams. They're all sitting at 8-1 right now. DK was able to beat KND earlier in the season. MTS beat DK, but KND beat MTS, so it's just kind of been all over the place among those top 3. It seems pretty tight, though. For me personally, I'd have to give an edge over to the KND boys, but we'll have to see in good time here. Of course, next round will be happening next week. As we said, the map will be Gully Wash, so you can tune in 9:30 next week as well to catch some more of that playoff action. But before we head out for the night, also just to kind of reiterate what we did at halftime, you guys can pick up some Battle Royale t-shirts, Battle Royale Highlander Tournament t-shirts. I believe there should be a picture up on screen. You can also find out more about them in the description of the channel, and you should see some links in the chat as well for that. So, check those out. It directly supports the Battle Royale tournament, the servers, prizes, all that good stuff. They're $16.99 plus shipping. You can check that out. Get yourself one of those. But, gentlemen, before we head out, any final thoughts from both of you about either the game or just anything?
Looking forward to next week, and looking forward to the rest of the playoffs, because we have 3 teams who definitely have a chance at the title. MTS shown a little bit weak here, but I think they'll kind of pick it up next week and against Guinea Hoops, and I'm excited. I think this is going to be a very close finish between the last few teams.
hyped to be back from the woods and excited to go back to the East Coast, all you East Coast gamers.
Hey.
Yeah, also just super excited for the playoffs. And thank you, Gecks, Sigafoo, Dashner, EVL team for inviting me back here. It's always a lot of fun. So thanks.
Yeah, well, always good to have you on, man. Hopefully we can get you in on some of these other weeks as well, because I believe, as far as I'm aware, it's going to be me and Sigafoo through the rest of the playoffs, I believe. For casting, that is. Hopefully we have Grizz along with us as well. Always good to have him along. So for all of us over here at EVLTV and, myself, Gecks, as well as Dashner, who did wonderful for our production this evening, and Sigafoo, Grizz, all of us, we say goodnight to you guys. We'll see you next week for the second round of our UGC Season 16 Platinum Highlander playoffs. Have a good night, everyone.